Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitaBugHandmaids.com, and thank you so much for joining me today for another Stampin' Up! Tutorial. I am so excited to share today's project. I am featuring the Home Life stamp set. I'm actually featuring the entire bundle, which includes the framelits. And if you purchase the bundle in my online Stampin' Up! Store, you actually save 10% when you get the stamp set and the framelits together. And I've got a direct link to this bundle just below the video in the description notes. But I have been wanting a new home type stamp set for a really long time, so I was excited in our new annual catalog to see this stamp set, so I finally picked it up, and I absolutely love this set, you guys. I think that this set doesn't really pop out of the catalog necessarily, and if you're not really looking for like a new home stamp set or something like that, I don't think you really pay attention to this one. But once you guys see today's project and see how beautifully these three images layer together, you'll probably want to add it to your collection. So let's take a look at today's project. So here's the card that I'm going to share with you how to create today, and I absolutely love this card. I have been on a very simple card kick lately, so this is a simple card in the way that it looks, but it has so much wow in the depth with all this layered stamping here and the color combination. I absolutely love these colors together. I have only used the new Tranquil Tide in color once. I wasn't really sure that I liked the color necessarily, but once I paired it with this combination, I have fallen in love with Tranquil Tide. I really, really love this color. So here's the color palette for today's project. So I'm using Daffodil Delight, Pool Party, and Tranquil Tide. And let me tell you, these two colors together, the Pool Party and the Tranquil Tide, this is an amazing pair. So I definitely want to use this color combination, these two in particular together on another project. I really love these two colors together. And Tranquil Tide is a unique color because it can have sort of a greenish look to it, and it can also pull out some blues depending on what you pair this color with. And when you pair it with the Pool Party, I don't know, it works really well together. So definitely give these colors a try. I was really impressed with them. I didn't like them when I just looked at them like this, but once I started stamping, I just fell in love. So definitely give this combo a try. Okay, so I just wanted to share this really quickly as well. So this Home Life stamp set, this is a photo polymer stamp set. So one tip when you are pulling off these images, they are very large images. So you really want to be careful when you remove them from the little clear sheet here. What I found was the easiest way to remove them was to, when the stamp was on this little clear sheet, let me see if I can show you with one. All right, so I've put this one back on the clear sheet. So when this stamp was on here, you want to be careful. I would not grab from this little thin piece of the stamp because you're more likely to distort and twist and pull on the image and mess up the way that the stamp stamps. So I found it was easiest to, as I pulled, to pull the sheet and the stamp away from one another to keep from distorting the photopolymer, because you can stretch and get this all out of whack. So you want to be really careful when you pull it off. And then I like to lay my stamp on my work surface and then bring in my block and pick it up. So I found that that was just the easiest way to do it without distorting or messing up my stamp. All right, to make my life a little bit easier, I'm gonna go ahead and open up all of my ink pads, and I'm gonna put them in order of how I'm going to use them. So I've got Daffodil Delight first, Pool Party second, and Tranquil Tide third. So I've got them lightest to darkest. Now I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I've gone ahead and I actually have, this is the E-block. I have this double mounted. So on this one, I've got this image that I'm gonna stamp first, and then this one I'm gonna do second. I don't know that there's a particular order to stamp them in. This is just the order that I chose. If you are a beginning stamper, I would not recommend doubling up. I'm just doing this just to make it faster in the video, and plus I also had to make 26 of this card because I designed it for a swap, 2 different swaps that I am participating in. So this just was really for convenience, but if you're a beginner, it is difficult to see if you have this double mounted. So I would not recommend this. If you are new to stamping, I would do one image on your block at a time. So I'm just going to place this down, give it a good press. Okay, and let's see. Looks good. Now I'm just gonna flip it over and ink up the other side in Pool Party. So when you add this layer on, you just want to get a feel for where you think this lines up best with the first image and then stamp it down. The first time that I stamped the second image was a little bit difficult, but once you've done it a couple of times, you get a good feel for where you want to lay it down. Okay, so I like how that looks, so let me just bring that in so you guys can see up close. So just line it up where you think it goes best. And now for the last image, I'm going to do that in the Tranquil Tide, and just watch how these colors come together once you add this Tranquil Tide. I love it. Okay, so let's see. I'm just gonna put this right about there. There we go. Give it a good press. Perfect. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm just gonna bring that in so you guys can see. Isn't that so awesome? I love these colors together. That Tranquil Tide with the Pool Party. Ah, I can't get enough of that. All right, so now we're gonna do a little bit of die cutting. So I've got my Big Shot and my magnetic platform. I'm going to add on a cutting plate. And then I've got my little stamped image here. I'm gonna bring in those framelets. So I've got this little banner framelit. I'm gonna see if I can fit this on in addition to the little house here. So you've got two house images. So this is a really cool one. I haven't used this die just yet, but we're actually going to just do the little house frame so that we can cut out the entire piece here. So I'm just gonna line this up on top where I think it goes. Okay, I think that looks good. Put another cutting plate on top and run that through the Big Shot. All right, so here's my little house. So cute. I love this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little banner piece and I'm going to bring in that congratulations stamp and my Tranquil Tide ink pad, and we're just going to go ahead and ink up this congratulations and stamp that right in the center. You could have stamped this first and then die cut it. I did it this way instead. It doesn't really matter. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we can start assembling this card. So I'm going to start by adding this piece of Delightful Daisy Designer Series paper to the front of my piece of Pool Party cardstock. So this is cut down to 5 1/4 inches by 4 inches, and then the piece of Designer Series paper, this is 1.5 inches by 5 1/4. So I'm just going to take my fast fuse, add that on. And I'm going to leave about 1/4 inch from the bottom and then adhere this down. Okay, so I've got that on. So now I'm going to take my card base. This is a piece of Whisper White thick cardstock. This is cut at 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and I have scored this at 4 1/4. I'm just going to give it a nice crease. And I'll go ahead and add this layer. Again with fast fuse. And we'll just adhere this in the center on the front of the card. Okay, so for my little house, I want to also adhere this flat with fast fuse. And I'm just going to put that right about there. Looks good. Now I've got some of this, let's see, it's called Double Stitched Ribbon. This is Daffodil Delight. So this is called double stitched. Let me see if I can get this to focus here. All right, so I think I've got it focused now. So you can see you've got this cross stitch on one side, and then if you flip it over, kind of dash stitch line on the other side. Really love this ribbon. All right, so I'm just gonna take this and line it up. Let's see. I just want it to go from one end of the card to the other, right about there. So I'm gonna take my scissors and just trim it off right there. And I'm just gonna add this going across the card just like that. Just put a little fast fuse and I'll just lay it right in that adhesive. And now I've got some dimensionals here, so I'm just going to flip my congrats or my congratulations over, and I'm gonna add 3 dimensionals. One right here, one in the center, and one down there. There we go. Okay, and now we can just add the congratulations on. I'm gonna put that, right about there. Okay, and that finishes up this quick and simple card. I really love how this card turned out. Again, love this color combination, and I really love this Home Life stamp set. This is a really, really great set. You've got a lot of other sentiments that you could add on to this congratulations or add to the inside of your card. I really love this. All right, so I'm just bringing in my original, and there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed today's quick and easy tutorial. Remember, you can purchase any of the Stampin' Up! Supplies that you saw me use today simply by heading on over to today's coordinating blog post. I've got that link just below the video in the description notes, and I've also got direct links to all of the products that you saw me use today in the video description as well. So thanks again, you guys. I appreciate you so very much, and I'll be back again soon. Bye now.